of him. If you were at the show that he was on, then you've seen him before. If not, you're excited to see him. Get up for the very funny Moishie Gamss, everybody. Let him hear it.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming out tonight. So, a friend of mine, he had cancer. Oh, tough crowd tonight. That's my opener. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. A friend of mine did have cancer, and then he had a procedure to remove the cancer, and then had a biopsy a few weeks later to make sure that they had gotten everything, and nothing had come back. So I'm on the phone with him. He's telling me that he's getting the results to the biopsy the next day, and here's how I ended the phone call. Hey man, I really hope that everything turns out positive. And that was the wrong thing to say. Man, I don't think I could have worded that any worse. See, now I'm in this weird situation where I can either clumsily try to fix this, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't, not positive. Or I could ignore it, hope that he doesn't realize that I literally just told him I hope his cancer is bad. So I wait, I call him the next day, and I say, hey, I'm just following up. How did the tests come back? And he says, positive. And I'm like, I am so serious. No, the good positive. And I'm like, are you serious? Come on, are you? And he's like, really? I'm the bad guy in this situation? You literally told me yesterday that you hope I have terminal cancer, and somehow I'm the bad person here? What a jerk, right? Yeah, I think the lesson here is that there are certain words that have two meanings, and one of them can be a little insensitive. Take the word trans fat, for example, right? Trans fat is a fat, it's unhealthy, it's found in foods, but it can also be a potential nickname of somebody that probably got bullied a lot in high school. Look, I have nothing against trans or fat people, but if that was your nickname, you probably got bullied a lot in high school. Now I know some of you guys in the crowd, they're like, oh, that's really insensitive, but I don't want to hear it. I'm not into this like hypersensitivity. Look, I get that some people will be sensitive, but I think there's a lot of selective sensitivity, and I'm not a fan of that. I'll give you an example. You see, there's this guy named Kawhi Leonard. He hit a buzzer shot to end a series a few weeks ago in basketball. And I was with a bunch of friends. Guys are going crazy, and one guy's like, oh my God, that was retarded. And the place goes dead silent. The guy's like, you can't say that. That's really insensitive. John's brother's retarded. It's like, that makes sense, right? That's a story that we can relate to. But here's a story you never hear. Hey guys, I'm driving to Baltimore for the weekend. Anybody want to come? And somebody's like, you're driving to Baltimore? That's a real pain in the tuchus. The place goes quiet. He's like, what? He's like, dude, you can't say that. That's insensitive. John's got hemorrhoids. That is selective sensitivity. So yeah, so words can have two meanings, and I'm at this point now where I say, you know what, forget it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to use it to my advantage. I live in a residential neighborhood. It's not always easy to find parking, so sometimes you got to circle around. So I'm driving around looking for a spot. I can't find anything, and I see a sign that says, drive like your kids live here. And I'm like, really? Like my kids live here? So I parked in his driveway. I came back 3 hours later. The guy was pissed, and I'm like, look, you should have been a little bit more specific with the sign. So I decided, yeah, I'm going to take that to my advantage. But it's not just words and phrases. There are companies, like, as long as you're not doing false advertising and like giving a fake impression, you can name your company pretty much whatever you want. And right now there are like trends, let's say diet trends, where it's like a big thing to go gluten-free. So I decided I want to make a company or a store, and I want to call it the Gluten-Free Paradise. We sell hardware. I'm not lying. There's no gluten. Little deceptive. But if I really had the chance to do whatever I wanted with a store or chain stores, I would start a chain store, and I would call it Restrooms. Now, yeah, our logo would be a cartoon silhouette of a man and a woman. We would sell beds. Restrooms. Sure. Now the thing is, we would take our store and we would put it in every mall in America, on the opposite side of the floor from, naturally, the restrooms. Now, most companies, they measure success in profits, not restrooms. We measure success by how many people walk into the store and pee their pants because they have given up hope. They're just too far. Like, by the board meetings, they'll be, So, Pant Piers was up 7% this month. Very, very good. Good marketing, people. So that is my dream store. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for coming out.
Dream, give it up. Give it up, huh? I appreciate you guys all being here tonight supporting live comedy, huh? Give it up, give yourself a round of applause for that, right?